It doesn't take much to fall on the bad side of drugs and alcohol. Once you get in there, it's pretty dark and it's painful.
Of course, with an addiction, you lose your friends. You lose people looking at you differently in the society. They can always pinpoint if you're an addict or not. And so you start to create a new life under an addiction. And it's like living with the devil.
We all want to stop, but there's so many other pressing factors, and it's not just a matter of stopping. We got to look inwardly and tackle some of these issues that, whether it be physical abuse as kids or our families and members of society don't understand.
I was active addiction since I was 8 years old. I started drinking. I didn't think that I deserved to have friends or even, because I was rejected and so much when I was little from my teachers and the students in school.
Grew up in 29 different foster homes. Back in those times, to be a foster home, you didn't really have background checks or anything of that sort. So I was physically abused and emotionally abused, abused in all ways.
I had a good upbringing, was really involved in sports, graduated with honors, and then it was as soon as I hit 18, I rebelled and I started getting in trouble, made up for all the years that I didn't get in trouble. So
3.5 months ago, I had enough, and I actually started really seeing the good in me, even though I was really doing bad things, and I was sad about where my life was going.
January 5th, 2015, I was squatting in a mansion. It was minus 40 degrees. I was not properly clothed, and I thought I was freezing to death, and I just said, enough, I can't do this anymore.
Once you start, you always end up at the end, on the bottom of the hole that you've dug, and lucky enough we have that chance where we can dig ourselves out of that hole. And chances like being here at our house, the counselors themselves are phenomenal people.
Okay, the hardest thing I think I have to deal with is
living with 60 guys.
Living with 60 guys.
Living with so many men.
Check it out, y'all.
So that is the hardest thing, just meshing with 50 other guys.
It's not easy. It takes a lot of willpower to bite your tongue a lot of times, but
the best part, the same thing, living with all these guys, because everybody here has a story that is cool and has something about them that makes them unique. And
I have to say the guys in here are mostly what makes me grow.
you can't judge somebody's character defects at the beginning because that's who they were, and they're trying to change those.
And here, in amongst approximately 60 men, you can learn to open yourself up, become yourself once again. People here know what I've been through, and I know what they've been through.
Relationships between the guys here are what makes the difference for me.
There's not a single moment, but it's a matter of many moments that reinforce the fact that a man can come to our house and actually reclaim responsibility for his life. And that moment may come in a phone call, or it may actually come in what I see or what I am told by individuals still in the program, and how their lives are starting to change. It's little bits and pieces that inspire a person to continue on.
Seeing the changes that occur from the time that they come in until the time that they leave after they've been here for a length of time. A lot of times it can be a struggle to think that we make a difference, and remembering that or being reminded of that is really cool.
but to actually have somebody look into your eyes and feel the sorrow and try to explain and share your sadness.
I have actually written a letter that I'm going to have published in one of the newspapers thanking addiction counselors everywhere for their outstanding work in their field. I mean, they don't get enough credit for what they do, and they change lives. And without them, I wouldn't be here today.
But I think my favorite part is just when I get to kind of talk to the guys or see them graduate and how well they're doing. I love when they come back and visit and, you know, say how good their job's going and their housing and stuff, and knowing that I could have been a part of that to help with an organization that could contribute to that.
It's an amazing place. I love our house.
I think it was the long term, the 1 year.
A year long seemed like such a long time back then, right? But I've put in like almost half my life into using and everything. Why not put in a year to getting back like what I can benefit from it, right? So once I realized, no, it's okay to ask for help, and people that actually truly care about you and are there and willing to help you, it's way better.
It takes time to get out of that, to find out who I was, because I didn't know who I really was.
Time goes by real fast, and 12 months now, it just seems so short.
You can do it. If you want to come in, make a commitment and stay and do it. And you will conquer this disease.
Even after 20 years, every human being on earth is worth a good life. And recovery brings you that good life.
You can succeed, and it is possible, and you're worth it.